pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, approval of the minutes of May 15th, 2023.
Make a motion.
Motion by Hamry,
Second.
second by Pierce. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next order of business, awards and presentations, and I'm excited to present an individual for 40 years of service with Roger Hammond. Please come forward. Well, and we'll get it here so that get a good photo shot. On behalf of the Devils Lake City Commission, I proudly reward you with this certificate for 40 years of service, which is outstanding, and I appreciate your dedication to us. Thank you so much for your service. I will buy you one.
Job, Roger.
Yes, yeah, well, something like that. Okay, the next items on our public hearings, several of them. Beginning with number one, a public hearing of change of zoning for Applebee's. We'll open up the public hearing. Is there anybody here that would like to speak to this? Do I got to say that 3 times? Is that something that's required or just one time? Is anybody here to speak to the public hearing on the rezoning of Applebee's? If not, we'll close the hearing. And the recommendation from the Planning Commission is to approve. Rob?
And this is just to clean up a little portion of their lot, just needs to be zoned properly for commercial highway.
I'll make a motion, Dan.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hamry,
I'll second.
Commissioner Hatch. Okay, any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I will now open the hearing for the change of zoning for the Grace Baptist Church. I will now, is there anybody here wishing to speak to that? Open the hearing for the Grace Baptist Church. Jim, you got anything to say about it, or hope for it passes, right? Okay. I will now close the public hearing, and we will now, we have a recommendation to approve the zoning.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Pierce
I'll second.
and Commissioner Haas second. Any further discussion? Rob, any input?
No, in this, just the only thing of note is that this is in the extraterritorial area. It's not actually within city limits.
Okay. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign? Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
I'll just make sure you work with Dustin related to the building itself.
Yeah.
Item number 3, the public hearing and change of zoning for the RWB Investments. Okay, I opened the hearing. Is there anybody here to speak to that? RWB. I should get caught up here. If not, I will close the hearing for RWB Investments, and there's recommendation from the Planning Commission. Anything to add to it?
So there's going to be a little bit of rezoning here with this. They're planning on putting a body shop up on the west side, the southwest side of that, of what's being rezoned. And then this is going to be a multi-year project where they're also going to be redoing the Lake Toyota storefront and the repair shop that they have. So this is just some preliminary work to get it ready for that.
Okay. Any other commissioners have any issues with it, anything, or?
What is RWD?
It's Bergstrom's.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay,
Bergstrom, but I didn't
always
know
heard
what-
it as that, so that was a little different for me
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah. And if not, we have a recommendation to approve.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hatch. Is there a second?
second.
Second by Commissioner Pierce. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's see. Number 4, change of zoning for the I'll open the hearing for the change of zoning for Nordic fiberglass. Anybody here to speak to that? Change of zoning for Nordic fiberglass. Get caught up here. Okay. I will close the hearing for the Nordic fiberglass. And now we have a recommendation from the planning commission. Rob, any?
This is just something that was missed in a previous rezoning for Nordic. Just want to make sure they purchased that old body shop building up there, so they just want to get it zoned properly for their light industrial.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hamry to approve. Second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Pierce. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item number 5, a public hearing amending the existing conditional use permit for Talbot Properties LLC. Now have the open hearing for Talbot Properties LLC. Anybody here wishing to speak to that? If not, I will close the hearing. And we have a recommendation from the planning committee. Rob, anything to add?
So there's already an existing conditional use permit on this for shop condos that are out there. This is in the ETA as well. And they're planning on putting up another shop condo structure out there. So it's the same use as that's already on that property.
They're becoming popular, I take it.
They are.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Hamry. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Hass, second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And that too, Rob, that's in our extra territory.
Yes, that's an ETA. Yep.
Mhm. And the last one, number 6, public hearing for expansion of the Renaissance zone. So that's just overall expansion, right? That's not specific.
That's right. That's just expansion, adding a block.
Okay. Okay. Once again, we'll open the hearing for the public hearing on the expansion of the Renaissance zone, adding 1 block. I will close the hearing if nobody wishes to speak to it. And we have a recommendation from the Renaissance zone. Robbie.
So this is going to be adding a block to the Renaissance zone. This will be block number 43. We currently have a capacity of 44.5 blocks. So this is going to leave us a block and a half left. This block includes Fireside, Pizza Ranch, and Bravera Bank. So it's that block right there that this would add.
Okay.
And it's contiguous with our existing block, so it doesn't use up our island because we're allowed to have 1 island as well.
We all know they're pretty beneficial to our city. So.
Yeah, we're expecting a multi-year project coming from Fireside. That's who requested this expansion of the Renaissance zone. So they're looking to do some significant updates to the hotel in the next couple of years.
Okay. What's the wishes of the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion from Commissioner Pierce to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Hamry, second. Any further discussion? No further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Wow. Okay, next item. Bid openings, we have none. Visitors and delegations. Doesn't appear we have anybody here. Under, the next item is Commissioner Portfolio. We'll start with Commissioner Hamry.
Mr. Draxler.
I have nothing under utilities tonight, Commissioner. Let's have questions of me.
Good there, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Okay, Commissioner Ash.
Nothing under sanitation unless you have questions.
I'm good.
Wow. Okay, Commissioner Pierce.
I've got one for.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm
Scott Robb, yeah.
I've got one.
Sorry.
So
Don't be so
Go ahead.
sheepish next time.
Yeah.
There's a contract that we need that we're trying to do with Vanguard is for a backup module so that we can back up our assessing software. It's just a formality. The cost for setup is $550, then it's $150 every year thereafter. They just require commission approval on their contracts.
So this,
So that's
this
what I'm
will take
looking
care of what happened last time.
Yes, this is to make sure that
And
we
it's
don't have that
off-site,
again.
it's not, it's off-site somewhere, it's not.
Well, this will be what we're doing ourselves in
Oh.
addition to what our IT company would be doing.
And everything in all departments is backed up again, right? So we'll have that, no more issue with that.
Mayor, members, because we do have a meeting with corporate technologies tomorrow, or we'll discuss a few of these things. And I would just note that, that this is something that in hindsight would have been nice to have 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It won't fix the issue. It's not going to bring our data back, but it will have, it'll be that extra layer of security now, or that little comfort zone that we can rely on.
So you're asking for approval to
So
pay that or just start talking to them and
No,
plan?
it's just to execute the contract.
And that's the $400 one, or,
Yeah, it's $550 initial and $150 annually thereafter.
oh, okay, yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the 550.
We have a motion from Commissioner Pierce to approve the Vanguard contract,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Hatch. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Pierce,
Aye.
Commissioner Hammer.
Aye.
Commissioner Hatch.
Aye.
President Moe.
Aye.
Change
Motion
the order
carries.
up every month.
Yeah.
Trying to remember where I started last time.
Same here.
It's just been a long day.
Okay. Is that all you have, Commissioner?
You know, Court.
I don't have anything. I was
Chair.
don't think. Unless you have questions of me.
Has there been any progress on looking for a contractor for shade tree for the summit?
So, yes, the bids for that, there's a shade tree meeting on Thursday. We'll open the bids for that on Thursday, then it'll be presented to the commission on the 19th, I believe, is your next meeting. So,
I have shade tree committee meeting coming up this weekend, also Ramsey County Fair Board. If anything substantial for the Fair Board, I'll brief you on and let you know.
Okay.
Other than that, that's all I have, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, Commissioner Robbins. Let's see, Mike?
Under engineering, just going to update the commission that we're completing water main replacement on the west side. We're currently working on 12th Street Northwest. A couple of blocks of water main are installed. We'll be working with the homeowners for service line hookups and things like that. So that work is progressing. That's all I have for that.
Alleys are looking great.
Fantastic. The street department would like to hear that.
Yeah.
I will forward that to them here.
I had people emailing me and texting me saying how good they did compared to what it was and bouncing. They said you can't even feel anything now, so they were very thankful.
Mm-hmm.
I will forward that to the street department.
Yes, they're great.
Other than that, I have nothing for the commission unless the commission has questions for me
Okay.
related to engineering our streets.
Sure, thank you. Okay, and now, Chief?
We had a successful Devil's Run parade and Devil's Run weekend turned out successfully. We had, thanks to the streets for helping us with barricades and all those things and picking them up. That was successful. We also had a successful SWAT golf tournament, and thank you to those that participated.
I won. You're welcome.
So,
Can we get an out of order or something?
Yeah, I think that, yeah.
but on a down note, we had 2 employees that resigned, so we have 2 openings. So we're working on that right now. We do have some applicants, so that's pretty quick. Outside of that, got any questions for me?
Anybody got questions for?
No, it was a very fun tournament though. I think you guys had a nice setup.
Yeah, turned out good. Thank you.
Yeah, and the way the parade route went too, and everybody was very pleased with how the PD handled
Yeah,
that route.
thank
I mean, nothing but great talking throughout the day at the park. So
Great.
thank them. It was
Yeah.
a great job.
Nobody misbehaved, everything was good, or did you have a
Well, we
couple?
had some snafus, but we
Took
fixed
care
them.
of? Good. Okay, thank you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you.
Spencer?
Mayor Mo, members of the commission, just a quick couple things for you. I was talking with Maddie over at the library. They'll be here at the next meeting to give you their annual report, of which they aspire to give you guys by July 1. So they'll be give you a report there. And then again, thank you, staff. And it is all hands on deck for Devil's Run weekend, all the way from the planning for the parade and streets, public safety. So good job, everybody. One quick action item. We didn't put this on the list of bills. We'd like to transfer the remaining balance in the narcotics task force account over to the county as the county's not doing their administration. Kept them on the books for this year as we had some revenue coming from the state and it was going to come to us, so we just kept it in. So it's a total of $101,333.27. This is $59,303 in their asset seizure account, and then their operations $42,029. And so if we give that money to the county, that's all narcotics task force, and they'll be able to continue their operations as if they were with the city still. So we just request a transfer of that, please.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve that. Get
Do we
that
have
off
a-
the books.
Motion from Commissioner Pierce to transfer that funding,
Second.
second by Commissioner Hammery. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Hammery?
Aye.
Commissioner Ash?
Aye.
President Mo?
Aye. Motion carries.
And then one last thing, just a quick overview on what we're looking for the fiscal year 2024 budget process. It's getting to be that time of the year, and have kind of set out a loose timeline, as you'll see in the staff report, for some future meetings and what we're looking at moving forward. So first meeting in July. And one thing you'll note on here is, I think I've said before about, really administratively, we're trying to be as well tied up as we can, planning and being as strategic as we can. And so trying to make our best effort to maximize our opportunities to get the city business done when you guys have your own meetings here. I know that we've normally had usually about a series of 3 special meetings, and might be a little different. Really hoping to maximize our opportunities here while we're here. And we'll try to keep the agendas lights, and we'll go through. And if it turns out that we really don't like it, then we maybe can go back to those special meetings. But if you guys would be comfortable giving it a run, I think we'd be able to work pretty well with it.
Just got anything?
Problem with that?
But they usually run about an hour is what we ran.
Yeah.
And we'll I'll make sure that they're well buttoned up and well tied up, and that the agenda's a little lighter. We're quick with our reports. So
I guess.
It's worth a try.
So first meeting in July, I'm hoping that we can overview sales tax allocations, what we've done in previous years, what we're looking forward to doing this year, and get some commission feedback on that, as well as go over the salary plan and direction with that. If you'll remember, in fiscal year 2022, we took a good look at the police department. And then last year, fiscal year 2023, looked at, made a couple tweaks in the fire department. And now really looking forward, looking at those public works departments. And we talked about with Tanya how we really want to look at, what are the private sector competitors that we're really actually competing for the employees for these public works jobs. And I was just on the phone with Tanya, and she's optimistic that she's going to have something formidable for us in the middle of June. And so I'd like to present that to you guys first off in July. And I think you'd be able to say this city has looked at well over, in depth, well over majority of its city employees in those departments, police, fire, and those public works departments. And hopefully next year, obviously after commission feedback, look at what we're doing here in the administration, as well as the overall salary plan, the number of columns we have, the number of letters, do we need to drop, do we need to add? Take a look upcoming in the future, but at least for now, we'll have that for you.
Since you brought up employees, did we fill the spot for the not utilities, but the public ways?
The street supervisor, not yet.
Not yet.
We have 2 people that will be filling the open entry level, the grade 7 positions. But we have not worked through the supervisor position.
Have you received apps or?
We worked on the job description, worked to get it rewritten to some extent, and then worked with Tanya on some of the details that have to be in there. And honestly, at this point, been working through some things within that department, and that position hasn't been advertised, but we're hoping to get it
Oh.
advertised real soon. We're just working through some internal issues before we advertise that position.
Okay.
So we'll be advertised soon.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
If I could just piggyback, and then we'll go through our 4,000 funds, which are basically, they go right hand in hand with the capital improvement plan. Just give you an update where we're at, what we're going to look forward to, as well as our debt service and our trust and fiduciary funds. Those should go really quick, as a lot of them are just set, their bond payments and interest payments. There's not a whole lot to do there. Then I was thinking in between the first and second meeting, we can have a special meeting where we will have all of those entities of which we dedicate mills to, library, Fort Devils Lake, Heritage Center, and the airport. They can come in and they can give their presentations as to what they're working on at a special meeting. And then second meeting in July can give you a good look, because once we talk about the salary plan and we kind of get a consensus as to the direction that we're going, we can really fine up that general fund, and as well as our special revenue funds. And then if it would please the commission, I believe in the past you guys have set your rates and fees basically in December, right before January. When you're budgeting for, you don't want to budget for a rate increase, and then if you don't increase the rates, then you're in a different spot. So really looking at those two hand in hand. And there's a lot of other communities, they certify their rates and fees for the upcoming year in their budget cycle. So can explore that. Don't have to do it in the moment, but I'll look and fine tune it. We can have that conversation, and if the commission feels comfortable pulling the trigger along with the budget, we'll have that opportunity.
We don't have something set in ordinances or anything that it's at that time, do we?
No. Many other communities, they approve their budget, and then afterwards they have a resolution setting rates and fees effective January 1. But you can change and amend fees at any time of the year. It also gives people that notice, or that set in advance, and then we'll look at those enterprise funds as well. So which go hand in hand with those rates and fees. That's where primarily they're at. So. And then August 7th, we're aiming to approve the preliminary budget, set the date for a public hearing, and then September 18th, public hearing and final approval for the 2024 budget. We got to have that done by October 10th. But I would welcome any questions on that front, but pretty excited about this process that we're having go through. Already had a number of meetings with department heads and city staff. I'd say we're about halfway done. So.
I like the way you laid it out. This is appreciative. Thank you.
Got one quick question for you, Spencer. Is there any way we can get an update from the park board on construction, or where they're at on the, because I've had a lot of questions from the community, and I want to make sure I get them the right information.
Yep. I was actually just on the phone with Kale today. He was talking about coming. And I think we had set the July 17th meeting. That is about a month away. And he's very, very accessible, very open talking. So if you, we'll get to talk offline, and maybe we can get you a phone call with him so you can follow up.
Actually, he
He's got
told
some
me he
good
was hoping
renderings.
to be here too, and
Yeah.
and I thought, that would be great to give us an update.
Yeah, because I had somebody asking me, I've never seen vehicles out there starting anything. What are they, so I just want to
They had
air
some
cleared for
things they
the,
had to wait for before they could start.
so I just want to let the public's aware that they're not just sitting there. So,
Sure.
We'll connect offline. I'll make sure that you guys get in touch.
thank you very much.
Okay, that's all you have, Spencer?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Jack? We're not
So
moving cars
regarding-
yet.
Well, regarding the LEC, had a meeting with the Ramsey County State's Attorney and the LEC's attorney. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. We're waiting to hear back on formal approval from the LEC, and then we kind of have a plan on getting everything written up and going. So that's your update on that. And then it's public information that Burger King nationally has filed for bankruptcy in multiple locations. Our location here is one of them. And so we did get our claim filed for that regarding utilities. And then
What's that mean to our store? Is that closing?
eventually, probably, I don't really know what they're gonna do it, but they're one of the stores that was listed in the bankruptcy proceeding. It's actually out of Utah. So I'm not licensed in Utah, so Brina got to file and submit the claim.
Hmm.
So she's basically a certified bankruptcy pro now. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask her.
Just hate to have a store close, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's gosh, I think it's the latest store that's open at night for food, which is nice, but it's my understanding staffing, like all places, has been pretty difficult. The nuisance ordinance, we're just gonna meet with that, about that hopefully on Wednesday.
What time?
We can talk about that after.
Okay,
Other than that, I
we
think
gotta
that's
pass that thing
about-
quick.
Yep.
I'm getting a lot of heat.
Oh yeah.
And,
Uh,
I promised people and.
yeah. So I have the draft fully written. We just gotta
Okay.
meet on it.
Okay.
That's really all I
Okay.
got.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, commissioners, anything to follow up with anybody?
I just wanted to say to everybody, great job on Devil's Run. It was, our Canadian neighbors were back and great for the city. They had over 700 cars registered. So it was just a great thing for the city of Devils Lake, and just everybody that stepped up, that had a part in it was amazing. So thank you, everybody. And Stan Ornis, what can you say about that guy? You know, dedication he gives to that every year is just amazing. So can't wait to see what it turns into next year if we get a little bigger now that people are starting to come back out and enjoying it more. So
Well, I guess I follow your sentiment on that. I agree that all the departments that help out every year, thank you very much for your dedication to it. Because it makes a big success for our whole community, so. And it's been going on for a long time, so we need those events. So, thank you too. Anything else? If not, we'll move on. Under old business, nothing. Consent agenda, we have nothing. We have new business. Number one is a resolution to set liability on commercial blanket bond. Spencer, is that your?
Mayor, members of the commission, this is a yearly thing that the city does. It's basically, my understanding, kind of an insurance policy on having a bad finance director. Sets the bond at $2 million, which is the amount that you guys have done in the past. And recall we did this in October because we missed it last year. But, so just ask you guys to approve the resolution.
Motion by Commissioner Hatch,
second.
second by Commissioner Pierce. Any discussion? No discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Second item, budget amendment for purchase of a squad car. You don't want to walk?
Does it have to be a Ford?
Say, well, yeah, it does.
If you'd have won the golf tournament, you could have probably put some of those winnings for it.
Yeah, move that away from me. So we had an opportunity come to us. We currently had a vehicle for this year. We had a scheduled vehicle to be purchased in our budget. But it's a 9 to 10 month process. We ordered the vehicle 9 months ago and it still hasn't been made, but that's irrelevant. So another county, like I said there, that they had an opportunity. They had ordered one, but they can't afford it, or they're not going to buy it. So Ford has that vehicle coming. They asked us if we were interested in the vehicle. We looked at the pricing and the price that we're getting for it. It's a good price for it. And so I talked to Spencer, see how we can maybe manipulate that so that we can get the vehicle sooner.
Wrong words. No. Is it something we have to, we didn't, but did we budget for it?
No, this is not a budgeted vehicle.
So,
In the 2023 budget, we had talked about, it'd be nice to get to 2 vehicles every year eventually. Get those squad cars shifted out, but we kind of have created a policy, kind of 3 vehicles every 2 years. And we did one this year, we were planning for 2 next year. Because they're so the supply chain is so unreliable with them, we have an opportunity to get one. So basically just paying it forward and we're gonna do, doing 2 this year and then budgeting 1 next year.
But since we didn't bid it, is that a problem?
Oh,
Legally?
we typically never do. We go to the lowest price, and
Okay,
we go from there.
okay. No, just so we're all above.
We do keep it in town though.
This has all the equipment inside of it and everything already to go.
Well, that's why there's $55,000.
Okay. I was wondering when it
Yeah.
said that. I was-
It's 44 and then the added
Okay.
amounts increase in the vehicle.
What's it gonna cost to paint it blue?
Nothing, because it's not gonna be blue,
What color is it?
black.
That's what I was gonna have, black.
Oh.
Black's all right.
Yeah.
As long as it's not brown.
Nope, it'll be black.
So they'll pay for the vehicle and we'll just reimburse them. Is that the plan, Spencer?
I haven't worked out that level of details yet,
Okay.
but just whether or not to do the budget amendment so we can, figure whether it goes to Nelson County or the dealership, we'll make it happen.
I make a motion to approve.
We have a motion by Commissioner Pierce to approve,
Second.
second by Commissioner Hatch. Discussion.
Mayor Mummer, I would also just add, this will be neutral to the general fund. We'll transfer money that we have from their equipment reserve over, that we were planning to, that we were gonna plan to transfer over next year. We'll transfer that over this year. So that'll be neutral to the general fund.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I just believe any upgrade to equipment for our first responders is a definite plus and a need.
As long as it's legit.
Yeah.
You know, spending the money without the bid process.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah.
We could do it just subject to city attorney review and approval.
Yep.
And if everything's straight and narrow, we'll move forward
We
with it. If we gotta
absolutely
come back,
want
we
that.
have to come back.
I mean, I agree. Okay, any further discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Hammer?
Aye.
Commissioner Ash?
Aye.
President Moore?
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we gotta go to the tax side.
Mayor, since.
Yes, sir, Brad.
Since you went by the visitor portion, can you give me 2 minutes?
I certainly will. Come forward.
I wanted to bring, especially Commissioner Pierce mentioned communication and you're hearing things in the community. Unpopped Kernels, the movie theater. It's all, in my 5 years, it's when you're gonna get a movie theater, when you're gonna get a movie theater. That's all I've heard, that wasn't priority, but obviously it's bubbled up. They have asked Forward Devils Lake to participate. We asked for a business plan. We will be reviewing that this coming Wednesday. Excuse me. So therefore, our recommendation or not recommendation, depending on what happens Wednesday, will come to you at your next meeting on the 19th. I just wanted to give you a couple of minutes. We've had a lot of conversations with them. They're learning a lot in the whole process. We had another bidder potentially, and we've worked through some of the issues that they had. And I think we'll be real satisfied. I'd be surprised if you don't get a recommendation to approve. They have asked for help, so you're going to see that as well. But you're going to see some of the, I think probably all 4 or maybe even 5 of the members will be here as well on the 19th. Normally I would be here. I am doing some training that's been a long time scheduled. I'm an instructor in Bismarck on the 19th, so I won't be here. But Spencer will bring in the request from that meeting, and the next step after that will be, yes or no for you guys. They're heavily in the process right now of going through, figuring out what they're going to do. They're trying to accelerate versus decelerate. They're trying to get her open as soon as possible, and open for good. I mean, it's not for at one point they had talked about, maybe doing a short version and then closing down. They're working towards getting it opened, period. So that's probably the best result for them. The expense side of the things with inflation being what it is on staff, they're really worried about, just the contractor help to get it done. We're going to have an interesting proposal from them, I'm sure, with the business plan, and you'll be able to hear from their request at that 19th meeting. But I wanted, like I said, to at least be in front of you prior to that. I'll probably try to dial in on the 19th in that evening since it'll be at the end of the day, but I am in Bismarck. That's all I had for you. I just wanted to kind of get in front of you beforehand so that if you have constituents that are asking what's going on, work is happening. And sooner rather than later, they would like it open. I mean, in a perfect world, they'd be open now for summer, but they're going to get there as quickly as they can. Any questions at all? Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brian. Okay, thank you. Citizen comment. I don't see anybody in the audience that has anything. So, informational items. I guess I have one item. Reminder of the school board election coming up on June 13th to be held at the Memorial Building from 11 to 7. So do your part. Get out and vote. Help them out. Appreciate it. And does anybody else have anything to add to it? Well, I guess we'll move on to approving the list of bills as submitted. Motion by Commissioner Hammery,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pierce. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Henry?
Aye.
Commissioner Ash?
Aye.
President Mo?
Aye. Motion carries. Any other business to come before the city commission? If not, meeting adjourned.